Welcome to Worms Rumble.
There's always been a question over what would a real-time Worms game look like. So for Worms Rumble, we wanted to take a different approach. We've always made these turn-based games in the past, and we wanted to try something a bit different. You know, Worms Rumble, it is a spin-off. You know, it's not a classic Worms game. It's not a turn-based Worms game. It is something quite different.
For the prototype, we had a small team in it. It's putting together old assets from previous games as well. So it's more about like, the feel of how Worms would work in real time.
In our past entries in the Worms series, the more classic turn-based games, you've seen the Worms fight kind of out in the wild over various different types of terrain, you know, like kind of forests and snowy terrain and deserts and things like that. And what we really wanted to do with Worms Rumble was take it back to the Worms home city, really.
So there's quite a lot of iteration with that, but we had a lot of internal sessions with it because it's such a change in the way we're doing things with Worms. We wanted to get the studio involved, so we'd have sessions up in the usability lab where we'd get everybody together and we'd get the feedback from players, see what they thought.
The idea is that when the Worms aren't out kind of at war with each other, what are they doing? Well, they're having fun back at home, blowing each other up. And that's kind of where the kind of inspiration and the theming for the levels has come from.
It seemed to make sense to change how we wanted to do things with the levels themselves as well, because I feel like we couldn't really do what we've done previously that would work with Worms Rumble.
I think we wanted to make them more like an arena, didn't we?
And it's all based on like feedback from like user research that we found out that we needed to increase the player count. So from there we thought, okay, well, if we need to increase the player count, what do we do to the arenas?
The levels themselves need to support 32 players and they need to support multiple game modes. So that was quite a challenge when designing them because we had to take a significantly different approach to a classic Worms game, with this being a real-time kind of spin-off. We needed to make sure that there was lots of interesting areas for the players to fight over. We wanted to make lots of unique landmarks around the level and really get in some of that kind of Worms humour and fun into the levels.
It feels like, you know, there's a lot going on, and it just seems to fit with the play style. It has to match each of the game modes as well. So it's not just for deathmatch. It's not just for last man standing. You know, it's for all of them. So getting that balance right, we felt, you know, this was the right approach to take. And pretty soon into the prototyping phase, you know, we knew we had something pretty special on our hands.
So we're super excited to be releasing Worms Rumble later this year. We hope that you'll all come and give it a go. We hope that it appeals to both fans new and old, and we're really excited for it.
Just jump in, have a go, see what you think. You know, it's still Worms at its core, and we think you'll have a lot of fun with this.